I may talk a little funny. I got done with the dentist and my tongue is numb. I had to have a couple of fillings put in. It is Wednesday, the 10th of July, which we're almost in the middle of the month and it's like it's disappeared. But man, I sound silly. Anyway, I had to not lift this morning, and that was a little rough on me. So I slept, and I slept a lot, and because I also had the dentist appointment, so I didn't have to be in to work on at a normal time. So all that, I feel a little out of place, and I feel a little I don't like it. But I have pulled a muscle or strained a muscle somewhere in my abdomen area, and I'm hoping it's not herniated. But I don't know if it's from lifting or if it is from at work. I had to move a big piece of machinery, and normally we'd get 3 or 4 guys to do something like that, but there weren't 3 or 4 guys, so I picked it up and moved it. And it's actually a piece of imaging x-ray equipment, and it didn't seem to bother me at the time, but who knows. So I'm taking the day off. We'll see how I feel Friday morning, if I'm going to lift again. But if not, I'll rest it. And what I'll do Friday, though, is if I can't lift, I'll at least go for a walk, or I'll do something. This morning I just slept because I felt really tired and worn. But when I went to get out of bed to go lift, I felt that pain pretty significantly. So I decided I would not lift this morning. Again, we'll see how it goes Friday. Friday I will do something, although if I can't lift, it may be, I might go for a bike ride. Who knows? Something. But if that pain's there, hopefully it won't be. Hopefully it'll be gone. That's what we're going to hope for. All right, that was just an update, and I hope you have a great week. Monday morning, I was going to work, and I meant to go ahead and record yesterday, but Sunday, a little crazy. I have a good friend. His name is Ron. He completed his first triathlon, which very proud of him. He worked very hard, and he met his time. Unlike me, for my Spartan race, I just wanted to finish, which I did. For his triathlon, he set a goal of doing it in 3 hours and 30 minutes with a top end of 4 hours, because he'd never run one before. So he said he'd like to do it in 3 hours and 30 minutes, but he'd be happy if he got it in under 4. Well, his time was 3 hours and 38 minutes. So I mean, and on top of that, he'd been training in relatively decent weather, but when he went out to actually run the triathlon, of course, it was like 95 degrees and high humidity. So I was amazed. Had the weather been a little cooler, he might have beat his 3 hour and 30 minutes. So very proud of him, very happy. I spent a week not lifting, and the sun just came out, and so today was my first day back. I had injured myself, strained something, so I gave myself a week off, and then I'm feeling a lot better, phenomenally better. And I lifted for the first time today since I took the week off. Oh wait, here we go. Camera's gonna fall. Okay, so I lifted for the first time in a week since I took the week off, and I bumped my weights way back and just really focused on form today. But I'm glad I did, because even though I didn't need quite as much recovery time, and it actually went a little easier and all that stuff, after a week off, I've done the mistake of trying to pick up where I left off, and yeah, that didn't work the last time I tried it. So I think I've been dealing with this whole thing where I got to realize that even if I can pick up really heavy stuff at work, I shouldn't. I should follow what mere mortals do, the guys that are smaller than me. I should lift about the same that they do at work, because this basically came from me lifting a piece of x-ray equipment that we later found out, because I didn't know how much it weighed. I lifted it, moved it, knew it was heavy, but realized afterwards that it was almost 400 pounds, and I'd lifted it by myself. Which, I mean, yeah, I can lift 400 pounds, but the downside of that is that you strain something and you can't lift for a week. And I'm a big fan of Henry Rollins. He wrote a piece about, I think it's called Iron in the Soul, and it's on Nerd Fitness. If you, I'll see if I can't put a link on for that. But he writes this thing, and it's about, you know, how iron will never lie to you, and if you try and pick up too much, it'll teach you a lesson. Well, yeah, hopefully I learned that lesson, and hopefully I won't have to learn it again. So, man, this road's are crappy. So, yeah, I'm back, I'm lifting again, I'm happy. I wouldn't have believed it, but for the first day that I took off was kind of, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I got away, you know, I didn't have to work out. But by the second day that I didn't lift, man, I missed it. I felt like, you know, something was wrong. I felt like I was missing out on something. My body wasn't happy with the fact that I wasn't lifting. And I guess it wouldn't have to be lifting. It could have been any exercise, but I had to really take it easy. Now, for anybody who doesn't want too much information, now's the time to stop watching this video, okay? Because I'm going to talk about exactly what happened, and this is especially for men, and it's about men parts. So now would be the time to stop watching if you don't want to hear about men parts. Seriously. Okay, if you're still here, what happened basically is there is a tube that runs from the testicle back up to the urethra, and this is how semen leaves the body. What happened basically, from what I understand, is that when I strained myself lifting, the valve or the flap or whatever it is that keeps keeps them separated moves and allows urine down into that tube and causes swelling and inflammation and pain, a lot of pain, and thus yeah, I was out for a week. And of course they told me if after a week, if it didn't get better, I had to go in and get really examined, because it could be a number of other things. Torsion is one that's they would have to operate within, you know, so much time. Or they told me if it was torsion, I would always be in pain, not just intermittently. And there's a couple other things it could have been, that if I still had pain today and couldn't exercise, I would have to go get checked out seriously and have a bunch of tests done and everything else. So I'm glad it wasn't that. But for you guys, first of all, testicular pain is nothing to mess with. You need to make sure you get checked out, talk to a doctor. Number two, it wasn't really an ego thing, because I wasn't trying to impress anybody with what I was lifting at work. I was just trying to get my job done and just get it done and move on. But the lesson there, I think, is especially as you get older, because I'm going to be 45 this year. You got to watch what you're doing, because at 20, I'd hurt myself 3 days later, I'd be okay. It's taken me, well, I took a week off of lifting, but it's really taken me about a week and a half to come back, and then I'm coming back at reduced weights and everything else. So, you know, recovery isn't as quick as it was. Also, I've had a couple other things may have contributed to this. I had a deep cleaning not long ago on my teeth because there was a bit of an infection there. The infection's clear in the body, and that's interesting how much it's affected a lot of other areas of my body. I didn't realize how much just an infection in your body can leach you of energy. Since the deep cleaning and getting rid of the periodontal issues, or the periodontal infection, I'm baffled at how much better I feel generally. I didn't realize I had an issue. I knew there was that's why I went into the dentist and I said, hey, I got some redness, some swelling. He checked out, fix me. This is what they did. And then so basically this whole taking care of yourself, I am by no means a hippie, and my friends tease me about that, but you know, your body is a whole system and you have to treat it as such. And it's amazing how much one little thing in one part of the body affects the rest of the body. And that's something that, you know, I'm learning, like a lot of people in their 40s, going, oh, hey, maybe there's something to this. You know, if you get rid of the religion behind holistic healing, there may be something to it. So yeah, just those are my thoughts this week. They're kind of rambled and scrambled because this week was chaotic as always, but more so because I'm getting a lot done in the house, and I forgot to video the after shot, so you'll probably have to wait till next week to see some of the work on the house, and I will do my best to get those pictures or video or whatever up so that you can see the updates on the house. I might even just do a special because I should be back at the house this afternoon. So anyway, go make a great week. Don't lift anything too heavy, and guys, take care of your testes. All right, I'm out.